We was never really rich, we came from the ditch, always doing dumb shit on the Green Bridge. We just a bunch of kids, yeah. Just a bunch of kids, yeah. Back in the old days, every day felt like a Saturday. Always played games that we made, creating shit way before the age of 8. Like Ray and Shell hoped our imaginations wouldn't slip away. Only time would tell.
I'm hearing on the networks, the female networks, that the whole completely shaven business is not necessarily the vibe, because sometimes it's kind of prickly. If you're trying to get in there.
Yes, sir.
So you just a word to the wise.
Bush is back, people. It's the 80s.
George W.
Who's a celebrity that has never eaten pussy and you can't say DJ Khaled?
Zac Efron.
What? I was thinking Don Knotts. I don't think he's ever seen pussy. I don't think he's seen
Don
pussy.
Cheadle.
Yeah.
I don't know who Don Knotts
Fucking
is. You guys are
Barney from Andy Griffith Show.
You are the only two people in this entire age bracket that know Andy Griffith Show actors.
It plays on CHCH all the time.
Our dad showed me an episode of that the other day. That one that we've never seen. One that I've never seen. It was pretty good.
But did he eat pussy?
Yes.
Oh, well then I'm wrong. Damn. Okay.
So it's February.
Are we
2022?
Rolling?
Yes.
Are we actually?
Oh, I thought we were still testing.
Is that thing?
We're going there.
Is
I thought we were just testing.
Okay.
Oh, my phone's already gone.
So how about
How about them truckers?
Yeah. Honk honk for freedom, am I right?
I'm not a big honker. Even if I should honk when I'm driving, like if someone is completely doing the wrong thing, I'm very hesitant to
rude.
honk. Yeah. And also because the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where the subtlety of the honk wasn't expressed in the car or something, and Ted Danson got beat up or some shit. In one of the Curb episodes. One of the newer ones.
Yeah. I didn't really believe that episode. That would never happen.
Point is, I'm not honking for truckers or at much at all, so I just want to put that out there. That's my political belief.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. By the way, well, let's introduce are we actually doing the intro now?
Yeah.
Okay. I need more Fiji.
Fiji's own Buddy Alex to my right. I haven't done the to my right, to my left in a while. I think we just kind of leave it up to interpretation. To my left is
The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Okay. And I'm Jeen-Yuhs and undisclosed future rap name that I haven't decided yet.
The Ghost of Christmas Future.
There you go. And this one might be on Spotify. I'll say it again just in case, and I'll cut it if it isn't.
Yeah.
So.
Spotify offered us $100 million.
We had to turn it down. We had to turn it down because
we're taking back ownership.
And because my dad is like, I like Neil Young. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That whole headline basically
came and went.
Yeah,
no
came
one,
and went.
Everyone still has Spotify. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Is it just because they have the stupid rap at the end of the year? And it's like colorful and kind of cute? Like, is that the main reason why people prefer Spotify?
It's just the thing that exists. I don't know why.
Well, in terms of like comparing like Spotify to Apple Music, or I mean YouTube Music is kind of irrelevant.
Wait, so you can still get Neil Young on Apple Music?
Yeah.
Okay, so really he's still getting the bag either way.
Yeah. It don't really matter.
Yeah, the thing is Spotify pays like shit anyway.
Well, so does Apple Music. All of them pay like shit.
Yeah, they pay like shit, but at least Apple Music pays slightly less amount of shit.
Yeah.
Actually, or more. They pay more, which is less shit.
Yes.
Than Spotify. It's regarded like as the worst out of all the streaming services.
Yeah.
In terms of paying.
So yeah, that's why I'm wondering why exactly. It's not cheaper than Apple Music. It's the same price. I was just wondering like why Spotify is like the main. Because if you ask the majority of people that had a streaming service, probably 60% would say Spotify. 40 would be Apple Music. So I was just throwing it out there.
First, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I have a Mac, so I got Apple Music because it's easier to
I'm
Transfer
switching to
files.
stem player.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I mean, after Donda 2 comes out, like, what will be the use of listening to any other music?
That's true. Yeah, it's gonna be 40 songs. At
You
least
spend a
3 of
whole
the
year
titles,
just listening to it.
Yeah, at least 3 of the titles are gonna have Pete Davidson's name or Skete Davidson's name.
Yeah.
Apologies. In there, but I thought about getting the stem player when it actually dropped because I'm like, that's actually kind of cool. Just a thing you can remix songs or whatever. But I only thought it was just for that album, like just for Donda, so I didn't bother.
Okay. Yeah. So this fucking truckers thing, kind of. I hope it's kind of on its way out now.
That's what I've been thinking, but
The
it's
other
been like
day,
3
the
weeks.
cops,
I don't
the
know,
cops
man.
did the crackdown though in Ottawa, which was kind of funny to see. Everybody posting about it.
Oh, the injustice.
Stripping away our freedoms.
Did you actually know people that actually live in Ottawa and?
Yeah, a lot of my friends and some family are in Ottawa. They just are staying away completely. Like, I don't know if they would have gone downtown regardless, because there's nothing really in downtown. There's like shopping, I guess, but there's not like much nightlife or anything like that. So I don't know if they would have, but like they just haven't really been out much. A lot of my friends have been saying like they just go to each other's houses and just kind of leave it at that. Like, because I guess a bunch of businesses are still closed or whatever. But I think my old roommate's buddy that I met a few times. He works at like a Best Buy or some shit like in the heart of downtown. It's been closed for like weeks because of the fucking convoys. So you can't. If it's preventing the homies from getting a bag, then I'm not for it.
Yeah,
that's my general
getting a bagel.
Rule. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the whole thing. Like, I'm all for like taking down the government and everything, but not over this bullshit.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. Man.
And not with all these goofballs doing it because it's kind of, and I don't know, it's weird now. Then Doug Ford's like March 1st, we back.
Mandates. Yeah, I mean that's the thing that was gonna happen anyway, but now they think they got a small victory. I think like. They're going to take any sort of small victory they can get, I feel.
And I mean, I hope that can be it for the pandemic.
Me too, but I am cynical, and I'm like, well...
We've already been through this 4 times.
Yeah, summer's going to be okay, then the fall's going to hit, school's going to come back, it's going to happen again, new strain, boom. Like, I don't know. I don't completely trust it, and I probably shouldn't trust Doug Ford. Like, why would you?
Doug Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah, owned by Big Pharma.
That was a Fordian slip right there.
They also sold weed in high school.
But
give his brother crack cocaine. Anyway.
So many people that not, I don't really know them, but like they're, known in my family circles or whatever, are like actually went to Ottawa and went and stood with the movement and everything. I mean, it is. I always like to gawk at civil unrest, because it's just kind of entertaining. But it's kind of sucky overall.
Yeah, and it's been like, sure, for like a weekend, it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. But it's been like, what, 2-3 weeks? Like, it's just kind of like...
People are so pissed at Trudeau for some kind of reason, like, because he won't come out and like...
I don't know the exact reason, just because he's a libtard. I don't fucking know.
Because he won't come out and greet the people who are actively begging to cut off his head, basically. Like, they want to fucking kill him. And he, like, oh, what, you won't...
But they don't actually want to. They don't actually want to.
They legitimately want him arrested, and like they are expecting him to come out and meet them halfway. Like, are you fucking high?
Because wasn't that was the main dude who like started most of this shit? Like, he was like one of the stipulations was like, we're gonna do all the mandates and get rid of the vaccine passports, stuff like that. Also, I want to become prime minister as part of the clause. Like, that was in it. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, and then. Because that's the thing that was confusing to me was like, how are these people going to do this if they're kind of right-wing types, so they love cops, so how can they really protest for too long? But then I started to see that in some of the comments, they're like, people are like, oh, these are UN troops, those are not Ottawa police. It's infiltrated by the global order.
To get there,
Jesus, man.
Like...
The idea that the UN has like an effective. I wish the UN was that.
Just fucking drop some UN fucking people in. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing's sort of goofy, but the one thing that we missed out on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Freedom Convoy 2022 stage lineup.
Okay, so here's the thing. In this podcast, we're going to say a magic word, and once you hear the word, you'll know what it is. We're going to give away tickets to this convoy. Yeah. So be sure to, whenever you hear it, go in the comments and let us know that you heard it, and we'll find you. We'll find you.
Yeah. Huge moment in underground right-wing populist music. You had to be there. They put up a shitty little stage. Okay, 11 a.m. Oh, Canada. A whole hour of that. With someone named Zeka. Okay, 12 p.m. Russell Silverton.
Okay, sounds pretty
in brackets, white. Police on Guard for Thee. So I guess maybe that's another hour of...
It's just Canada remix for Police?
And then... An hour of this person's Zeka. I don't know.
Incredibly ironic that they're standing with the police and then they get the shit beat out of them by them. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's a stacked lineup. They got Bruce Souders, someone named Khalil.
Khalil, okay.
Have you heard of him?
No.
Is he like a Toronto man's or
Khalil? It kind of sounds familiar, but I'm probably thinking of
Khalid.
Probably, yeah.
Khalid's cousin.
Yeah.
3 p.m. Haley Lewis.
Okay.
This kind of sounds like a country singer.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. 3:15 RC Rapper and Red Pill.
Okay.
Now that's the shit I wanted to be there for.
Can we get a sneak peek of some? Do we have music on tap by these? Is it one person? Is it a group? I don't know. But I want to hear.
I don't know. See what you can find.
Yeah. Wait, what was it called?
RC Rapper and Red Pill. 3:30, The Misty Wind.
That sounds like a fart, basically.
Probably, that's probably a guy with a flute who goes on a, anti-vax rant and then just... 4 p.m., a Canadian veteran.
So just one of them? Just any one of them,
a 15-minute set, followed by DJ Carlos. That's... Yeah, and he goes on for an hour 15. Followed off by Adrienne the Fire Breather.
Okay, fire
and then
breathing.
just live music for the rest of the night.
Okay.
So quite a stacked lineup.
Here's the thing, I could see most of just by the names, I don't know anything about any of these people. Judging by the names, half of them could play at Sound of Music right here in our fucking own backyard, and I wouldn't fucking know the difference, right? Some fucking right wing shit. So here's RC the Rapper. Here's a song called Home. Is the first one I see here. Let's give it a little bit of a spin. Might be the completely wrong guy. I'm not sure.
It's not a privilege that is granted by Her Majesty. A home is our right, a place to raise our family. Home is where we go for tranquility and sanctity. Home is where we feel at peace and we can have some privacy. Where I can voice my thoughts and nobody tries to silence me.
Whoa, freedom of speech.
Home is where we raise our kids to be better than us. And home is more than just a house. Home is where there's unity. Home is where we gather.
It sounds like a Ford commercial.
Community.
Yeah.
It sounds what?
It sounds like a commercial for RV.
Yeah. Alright, that's enough of this. I'm not giving him any more screen time here.
Another big drop in right wing culture. Jordan Peterson put out a song called "Wake Up."
Let's go.
This is not it. This is an ad.
Okay, it's gonna be too good for a Jordan Peterson.
The cover is a picture of Justin Trudeau. Okay. So
blackface Justin Trudeau or regular Justin Trudeau?
Normal face Trudeau.
I had to ask it. Sorry.
By the way, that was the key word.
Comments below. Okay. Is this the whole thing, pretty much?
Is he gonna start spitting?
Yeah, I don't.
I have a lot of questions. I'm sure you don't have any
Jordan
answers.
Peterson wrote that, and it's him and several other people. So I think he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the country's kind of fucked up right now, but
yep. There's some situation with the borders or something. Like I don't know if they're closed or people are blocking it. There was a whole thing about that I
think they kind of cleared that up, but
yeah.
The point is
the one thing. So I we're from Canada. I don't know if you know that. If you're watching, probably, maybe. And I went to Kingston, which is kind of like halfway from Toronto to Ottawa this weekend with my girlfriend. And on the way there and on the way back, we saw multiple trucks, like, in ditches, like, just, like, sitting there alone at night type shit. Because they're skidded off the road or some shit. It was kind of creepy looking.
They're all eating, like, beans over a fire.
But it was just like we're driving peacefully, and all of a sudden, fucking a giant truck is just off to the fucking side on its side. Just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck happened here? Because the weather's been shitty or whatever, and, you know, driving conditions or whatever. But it was just like, I had to keep trying to make different convoy jokes every time I saw the truck. I had to, you know, it was troubling to keep up with that. But, yeah, I felt bad at first, and I'm like, well, they're probably all just on the way to the fucking thing, so I don't even, whatever, man. Like, I don't give a shit.
Man, if I was a good writer, I would come up with some kind of, like, Curb Your Enthusiasm type situation that's, like, Larry would get involved in, where he gets mistaken for one of the convoy people, and then, like, fucks up a whole...
The last season almost happened with the fucking... He had to clean the KKK members' fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Robe or something.
Like, he has to drive a truck for some reason, and then he gets caught up in the protest or whatever. Like, he takes a wrong turn or whatever, and he ends up in...
That would happen to Kramer probably more so than a Curb Your Enthusiasm thing. But, yeah, there's something there.
What else should we want to get to? News. Brockhampton split up.
Oh, yeah. So that happened a few weeks ago. We didn't talk about it last episode because that was a pretty nerd-heavy episode. We kind of had to just talk about... Not had to, but, like, we wanted to talk about Earl for most of it.
No, we're contractually obligated.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Earl's holding a gun to us.
Yeah, and Josh wrote the contract, so we have to mention Brockhampton at least once an episode. So
we get that slums
also
stimulus.
shout out Bonnie Vare. That's also written somewhere in there. Yeah.
Shout out Dan Harmon.
I'm mainly sad for Brockhampton breaking up because we were supposed to see them live. It was my third time seeing them, but
I still got to pay you back for the tickets.
I never paid you.
No, you did, because you remember you sent me the.
Oh, I did. I sent you the
whatever.
You're right. Yeah.
The whatever you
e-transfer or whatever.
E-transfer, yeah.
You guys can sort this out after.
No, we're doing our accounting live on the pod, I think. Yeah. We're the only thing, like, I'm not as pissed about, like, not seeing them because I've seen them twice, but I was more so pissed because I haven't seen them, like, on ground level, like when you're in the pit and shit. I've only seen them up in the fucking stands, so it hasn't been nearly as cool.
That was the tickets that was.
But yeah, they did 2 more shows in London, and I guess Coachella was like their last official show. Are you guys surprised by this? Like, what do you guys think?
It was a little bit premature. Like, I think they were supposed to.
They said they would do one more album this year that was supposed to drop, but that's not happening as far as we know.
It came out of the blue, and it was a real bummer. Like, it was going to happen eventually.
Sooner rather than later, probably, but just not as
honestly, at this
sudden.
point, it's getting so annoying to try to fit them all into one project and have it be cohesive.
As much as I love Roadrunner, it's like you can tell there was some chemistry just lacking. Like, there's obviously some moments on it that are really spark in terms of chemistry that are really good, but like, sure, there's great songs, but, like, I think one of your points on the song Windows on Roadrunner was like, yeah, it's a song with all of them on it or whatever, but it doesn't seem like they have much chemistry or some shit like that. Yeah. And I kind of agree. I'm like, yeah, like, they seem to have lost their spark a little bit, especially after the whole Amir thing. It was kind of, that Amir thing was kind of the beginning of the end in a way, even though they just kind of started. As much as we didn't want to believe it. Like,
one thing I want to get to with Brockhampton is, like, dream casting for things we want to see from the different members. Like, I was thinking, I want Merlin to show up on, like, an A$AP Rocky album or some shit, or, like, some kind of more, like, grimy kind of UK style,
like a slow tie
shit. Yeah,
like it's weird because, like, Brockhampton, like, isn't that big outside of, like, the internet, you know. But, like, they put on, like, slow tie and Dominic Fike and shit, who are pretty big artists. So, like, you feel like they have, and they got A$AP Rocky and a bunch of
they have a lot
big
of
names on their last album. So
support.
They gotta have some pull, right, in terms of being on other artists' shows.
I was thinking I want a Don McLennan project, like
same.
It could be all produced by Alchemist or somebody else.
Yeah, that's big dream in there, but that would be sick.
He was
maybe not Alchemist just yet, but, like, somebody.
He said that he wanted, like, one of his tracks to be, like, that he's produced to be on the next Brockhampton album that never came out. So he's probably gonna produce a lot of it.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure Joe, but there was a tweet where he said that he wants to at least
Drop something this year.
One solo thing this year.
Also, I heard a cut Bareface song called "It's All You Know," it's got the waste summer, like early Brockhampton saturation sound to it, and it just rekindled my fire of like I need this Bareface album because it was so fucking good. Check it out if you haven't. So that made me really excited. It's like I can't wait for a fucking Bareface album if he does all that kind of style, all the songs that style. Oh man, I need that shit.
That's the thing. Veins. Like I think Kevin obviously
just like him doing straight up emo rock with a little bit of a hip hop twist.
It's basically a Waste. Think like Waste and Summer and Team and Team Ebony. So that kind of the guitar driven kind of shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
Like, yeah, it's. I guess
I would listen to that for sure.
I wouldn't really call that emo.
I listen to pretty much anything that any one of them would drop, just to give it a shot.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like, I can only like Kevin obviously is going to drop solo music. He was a solo musician before all of it, but I can only really see maybe 2 or 3 even really wanting to continue to. I don't know if. Like Bareface has always been so like on the DL. Like I don't even know if he wants to be involved with the music industry shit. Like I don't know if he's up for that. Like I could see Dom kind of like maybe producing or starting up his own fucking like studio or something, but kind of taking music on this, doing it kind of on the side, but not really seriously. Like I don't know. Like as much as I want like a solo album from all of them, I don't think we're gonna get a solo album from all of them.
I just wanted us to dream. Just dream if you can.
I can't actually. I lost my hopes and dreams.
But yeah, we probably won't see half of this shit come to fruition.
I think we're all gonna get one, and then like some will just not do another one, and then some.
I think we'll at least get a solo piece of music from each of them, whether it be a song or a feature or something. Maybe not solo if it's a feature, but we're gonna get something.
Yeah, I think at least one of them is gonna be cast on the next season of Euphoria.
Yeah,
Matt Champion comes in as
for sure.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm watching now.
You're watching Euphoria?
Yeah.
Where are you at? Because I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second.
I'm like 4 episodes in the first season.
I don't remember if it's even like that good. Is it like any good? Even?
It's kind of exciting and interesting, but like I kind of half pay attention to it. A lot of it is just like spacey, like music video type shit.
And the colors are cool and the cinematography is cool or whatever.
But it's really just porn. Like, a lot of it is just porn because it's HBO.
Yeah.
But I'm mainly watching it just to fit in with everybody at work, so that I have something to talk about.
Yeah, cool.
But I'm also now kind of indulging in it.
Yeah.
And feeling because like with those teen dramas, like it only takes a couple episodes before you start to really be like, high school is actually really sick. Like,
even though it's all dark and.
If I was actually cool, like high school would have been would have been cool.
If I was happy then, that would have been sick.
Yeah, those high school kind of based shows kind of like drag you in. Like the first, like it's not that good at first, and then you kind of just get hooked in the story. You're like, okay, I gotta kind of see it through. 13 Reasons Why was the same for me, even though it was a dog trash show, but it got me at the
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a little too.
That was the fucking suicide. The one about the girl who committed suicide, and she had like tapes on the 13 people that like made her do it or some shit.
It's a little too. What's John Green? What's the fucking book about the cancer patient? Something about skies.
Oh,
these are references,
I don't
man.
know. I kind of know what you're talking about.
Way back in like 2012 or something.
No, I don't fucking know. Fault in Your Stars.
Green Book?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Really? I was just fucking making a joke. Cancer joke. Okay. Yeah. I'm patenting cancer jokes.
Yo, The Fault in Our Stars goes off in the club.
Oh, I watched a fucking movie with the Cole Sprouse cancer movie with my girlfriend one time. It was terrible. But it was funny because it was terrible in a way. You know those type of movies.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's profit off of cancer.
Yeah.
That's basically what cancer movies are.
Yeah. R.I.P. Brockhampton.
I got some notes here.
Yeah. It's basically like I said this in the tweet already, but like they really kind of changed the game of the way internet works in terms of culture, and like now the internet is the deciding factor. I think I mean, it was before them, but they kind of proved it that the internet is now the new deciding factor. It's no longer in the hands of major labels to like see what gets popular.
Yeah, that's also true with the rise of TikTok artists and shit like that. People just like getting famous off of TikTok and stuff.
Yeah,
like it's been a thing on the internet, but like, yeah, you're right. Like a whole collective. That's just it's a special thing that happened.
There's still the whole like formal institution of music industry that has a lot of power and sway over things as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
they
LA has changed from a place of like, professionals who went to fucking Juilliard to
and
like
networking and shit to more independent
TikTok, YouTube, fucking kids,
social,
and like the fact that Brockhampton they just moved to LA and then
they just did
sort
it.
of
like it's definitely inspiring. I don't know if we're gonna get much more of that. Like I think maybe if they were like bigger, if they were like Odd Future big, then maybe like we could have seen more like internet based things like that. And I know obviously people have tried.
That's the thing. Do people even really know about Brockhampton? Like, I mean, they've been on like Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
and I
think it's just an
do normal people actually know what?
I'm sure some people would know Sugar. I think it was popular on TikTok for a while, but like they didn't really chart like in terms of radio shit. Like I'm sure in LA they might get some radio play or something, but like overall, yeah, I think they're not as big as they seem to be. So that's another reason why it's not like that not that surprising that
it's one of
it
those
happened.
Images in the mirror are closer than they appear type things. Where if you're on the internet a lot, they appear like they. Yeah. You would think that they were massive. If you're on the internet.
But if you're just into fucking Gunna and fucking Young Thug, then you probably don't know who the fuck these guys are.
Streets or whatever. It's just like who.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So yeah, let's talk about Kanye's outbursts. It's been quite a ride the last couple of weeks. We all remember Super Bowl weekend and the couple days leading up to it.
Yeah.
We hung out on that Friday night, and then the next day, when I got home on Saturday, my internet was out, so I missed all the Super Bowl shit.
Oh damn! Well, Super Bowl was Sunday, but.
Yeah, it was because we couldn't get it fixed until Monday, so I just went to the fucking library like an asshole.
You didn't go to like a Boston Pizza or some shit?
Well, I just wanted to use the internet all day, and then the game didn't start till later on in the night anyway, so I just went home and just missed the game and just took a nap instead.
Yeah.
But the whole time Kanye was posting and really like making the whole day more about himself.
Yeah.
And at least in my timeline, it takes great precedent over any Super Bowl content because I don't give a fuck about football.
I don't care about football as well, but I went to my buddy Eddie's place because he was back in town from Ottawa. Check out his family's new condo there in Mississauga.
Right, so you had a whole Super Bowl
we had a whole
night.
Day. Yeah.
I had like a weird ass day of going to the library
because they came here first to go skating on the pond over there, and then we went from there, got Lugano's, and then went to Eddie's place. And it was cool. Like the first half of the game was like, we were pretty into it, and we had drinks and food and stuff. But then like after the halftime show, we were all kind of just like on our phones and shit. And I was only there to watch the halftime show. I don't really give a shit about the football, but the show was sick. I really liked it.
Yeah, let's talk about the halftime show first.
Snoop Dogg smoking a fucking
pretty
blunt.
Cool. I just watched it today, like on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like way better than. Well, last year was The Weeknd, which was pretty good, but like.
Yeah. One before that was like Maroon 5 and Travis Scott or some shit. Like.
There's been some pretty bad ones for the last 5 years or so because everyone was boycotting the NFL for a long time because of the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
And then, but this is kind of a return to form for the halftime show.
First, like proper.
And like marketing directly towards the like millennial generation that, for like,
grew up on the
Still Dre is like
shit.
the fucking Bohemian Rhapsody to this generation.
Yeah, it was great to see all of them together. That being Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick, and Eminem. Like at the end when they were all like together on the stage. I mean, this is kind of crazy.
The ageless Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop was had a great performance. Fucking crip walking and shit. Like he was on cloud 9. Dre was awesome, obviously. Mary J. Blige killed it. Even though I'm really not familiar with much of her work. Kendrick was great as well.
I didn't even really like the Mary J. Blige part that much.
I mean, she's like a good singer, but like I don't really know her music, so I didn't like it as much as some other shit. Kendrick did the fake out of doing fucking Good Kid or the Mad City song at first, and then he did What did he end up doing?
All Right.
He did All Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And Anderson .Paak on the drums was a great little Easter egg. I fucked with that.
Yeah. I felt like, I feel like I could hear the crowd like booing, like kind of like the whole time, or like a portion of the crowd booing or something.
I couldn't really tell. I don't know. I don't really get that.
I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. 50 Cent was hanging upside down the whole time.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He looks kind of weird. Everyone looks like way different from...
Well, yeah, they look like someone like skinned them and their people are wearing their skin or some shit. It looks like just a little bit like... Because they're all older.
Well, Snoop Dogg still looks exactly the same as he
Kendrick looks the same too, but Dre put on some pounds. 50 put on some pounds. Mary J. Blige, I don't know.
Eminem always looks kind of weird.
Wearing that same fucking
hat,
fucking
that
and the
Eminem
hoodie,
hat.
like it's been doing it for years, man. But he did a good job as well.
I mean, they started doing the lose yourself thing, and I was like, okay, well,
the crowd was really into that. I remember that portion.
All the racist parts of the
crowd. All the white
like,
people, yeah, of course.
I mean, it's football, right?
Yeah.
But it is LA, so.
Yeah. Fucking Eminem kneeling. There was a whole thing about that. 'Cause apparently they were also like the censoring of the fucking police lines and shit like that, you know. We were talking about that before the show, but...
the one line when he said, hey, would we hate Popo?
That was
He
cut.
didn't say Popo, but then
Yeah.
later on in the performance, there was an anti-police.
Yeah, and we still hate the police on the one Dre and Snoop song. So I don't know. It's just a preference thing. I don't know. I guess Kendrick has more to lose than the other guys because they already cemented their legacy and shit and like got all the money they need, right? Like I don't know. It's also weird that Dr. Dre had to spend $7 million on this shit. Like, do the artists have to pay to play? Like, I'm not sure how this works. Maybe it was just like they were willing to give him a stage, but he wanted to do all the extra shit. Like, I'm not sure how that really works, but kind of scummy if that was the case. I don't know.
Well,
the NFL's more than wealthy enough to cover all the costs.
But they're also more than evil enough to say fuck that shit.
Well, Dre and Snoop both put out new projects, so...
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll get into that in a bit, but we'll talk about Ye first.
Okay, so the Ye thing started a couple days beforehand. We had already experienced the Skete Davidson post, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Then it started.
I don't know the exact timeline.
Then it started to be like Billy. Billy made comments about Travis Scott.
Yeah. That weren't even directed at. It was like sure it was a slight, but like she didn't mention by name or anything. Like
this whole thing is an exact repeat of the Taylor Swift thing where it's just some poor white girl falls in between like all this like his loyalty cottage. Between these rappers and stuff like that was a little bit, but then he said we all speak Billy now. I will not perform at Coachella unless she apologizes.
And if Travis Scott's gonna be there or some shit,
It's like, get over yourself, man.
That will be interesting to see, like what happens at Coachella if. But then it turned into "Fuck Kid Cudi," which that one sort of hit the.
I was not about that.
That one hit the community in an interesting way. I like the post of him with the X'd out face of Skete Davidson.
I just think he's being petty.
With Kid Cudi.
Simply. Because like him and Cudi have had their beefs and stuff, and Kanye can be irrational at times, obviously. But also, like, the last great Kanye project to me was Kids See Ghosts with Cudi. So to him, just to completely just disregard Cudi and throw him under the gutter just because who he's friends with is like, man, what are you doing? Like, you're potentially damaging your music as well at this point, which is all I ever really gave a shit about. I don't really care about Ye as a person as much. He's always been just a great musician to me, more so than anything. So like now that he's kind of jeopardizing some of his music, and Jack Harlow's going to be on the project, and Marilyn Manson and French Montana, and like I don't know.
Marilyn Manson supposed to be on it?
He was working on like every day in the studio with him.
Oh no.
So
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about this shit. I mean, I'm not surprised that any of this shit is happening because it's rollout for an album. So I'm like, that happens every time Kanye drops. But I just got tired of it. I liked the first few things. I really loved the fucking Avengers
poster. I'm gonna go through the whole history here. Cudi will not be on Donda because he's friends with you-know-who. Who else?
Bro, you're in grade. Are you in grade school, bro?
That's the
great.
teenage girl
Yeah.
Euphoria type shit I've ever heard in my life.
He's trying to get cast in Euphoria season 3.
But the thing is, like, loyalty is something that matters to these people, and you know.
But also, he just sided with Drake over nothing, even though him and Push had a crazy beef. Like,
yeah,
is it
but
really that important to him? Like, I don't know. Or are they even beefing, really? Like, maybe
Yeah.
they're not even beefing. Like, I don't even know, man. Like,
I definitely think that, like,
don't know
people
this
are
shit.
a little bit... I don't know. Personally, I just think that, like, Kid Cudi is good, but he's not, like, the most essential fucking artist in the world.
yeah, I don't really even like that Kid Cudi that
and
much.
I don't really fuck with his overall, like, style that much. Yeah, maybe this whole thing comes as a... Like, deep down, Kanye just doesn't like the him wearing a dress thing. And it's like, I don't want like, some guy wearing a dress around my kids. I'm Christian. That's kind of part of the...
I don't know.
Why I think he posted the picture of him and MGK with in their boxers. Like, I don't want this, like, sus shit, like, around my kids. You're not gonna meet my fucking family. Like, no, fuck you.
The dress thing with Kid Cudi was directly... He said it. It was a direct reference to Kurt Cobain wearing a dress on SNL.
Yeah, I know, but that's just what I'm interested in.
And Kanye fucks with Thug, too. When he wore a dress on that album cover.
Yeah. It's true. It's very random. But it is interesting to try to figure out, like, what exactly...
Yeah, and
Kanye takes, like...
And in terms of loyalty, too, like, he also threw Big Sean under the bus for seemingly nothing. Like, Big Sean didn't do anything, I don't think, to warrant Kanye being like, that was the worst decision of my entire life, was to sign Big Sean. I'm like, where did that come from, man? He was, like, I don't know. But then again, Sean posted on his Instagram, like, Black Future Month, which was a thing that Kanye was pushing. And I think I saw Sean was liking some of Kanye's posts. So maybe they're cool again. But either way, like, it's, I don't know, like, the whole...
Yeah.
Aren't they beefing? I'm just tired of it. I don't know. Like, I was into the whole Kanye shit at first, so I'm like, yeah, speak your shit, but then I'm like, whatever, man.
Okay, there's a Skete lurking in every dirty-ass alley, waiting to destroy your family, and walk around in Calvin Klein's, around your children! I wish my wife was with me, and our children sitting in the 50-yard line. Always remember, West was your biggest W. Yeah, right at Kim Kardashian. The thing is, I've never really liked Kim Kardashian that much. I mean, the one positive thing we could say about her was that she was like a lawyer and she was like doing some good things.
Yeah. Other than that,
but like, the Kardashian family, it's evil beyond any.
Yeah, that's why I'm like not. I was having this.
That's why I'm on his side with the whole him not being able to come to his daughter's birthday thing. Like that was a little snaky on the side of the Kardashians.
And him not wanting his kids to grow up as Kardashians. I'm like, I 100% like, yeah, like they're not perfect either. Like me and my girlfriend having that argument because she's like not pro Kim, but like in terms of this argument, she is. And I'm just like, mainly I feel bad for the kids first of all, but second of all, like it's not a bad thing that Kanye wants to raise his kids in a certain way. Like makes sense to me. I don't know if he's going about it the right way with airing all his dirty laundry on socials, especially when he said he's going to be off his phone until the album drops, and the first thing he does is be on his phone all the time. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What happened?
I don't know. I mean, the whole like mental illness thing, can you really diagnose somebody with mental illness just because they're, going off on rants and stuff? It does seem to me like sort of a convenient way of like dismissing everything somebody says, just to say, oh well.
I think before it's mental health, it's more rollout. Like if anything, like
yeah,
like because
and just to get shit people talking like.
And like Pete Davidson talks about his mental health in his art as well. Like it's not like you can't explore these topics without just being like, if people want Kanye to just shut up, then just say shut up. Don't do the whole like, I'm concerned for you thing. Like, I think it's funny, like, him going on these... And, he starts just going after the world. And here we go. Yeah, this ain't about Skete selling y'all a narrative, not playing his part in Frozen 3. Except it's not in the theaters this time. It's on Daily Mail. I don't even know what that means.
No, I don't know what...
Tell Bob and the entire Disney staff you wasted your money on Star Wars and Marvel... Because even though it makes money, you'll never control the high schools. No one's ever heard a Machine Gun Kelly song, Bob.
Yeah, that was the one that I was like, what are you talking about? I don't like, man. And we'll talk about this in a bit. The whole Jeen-Yuhs documentary. At the very start, he said like he's about to post something on Twitter, and he's like, "Man, sometimes I really need a translator." And I'm like, "Oh yeah. He definitely needs a translator right now." Like,
but that one he later cleared up like that was a joke, like saying that
well, yeah,
no one's ever heard
in the midst of all this thing, the whole like all cap shit. He posts like one level-headed thing that was probably just a publicist honestly posting it, and then he just goes right back to the fucking all caps like craziness. Like I don't
that
know.
was pretty funny.
And other time, and then he also just like in the middle of all this shit dissing his ex-wife's new boyfriend, and then he posts a picture of all of them being like, "I just want my family back," and then he goes to sabotage himself again. I'm like, man, you're not gonna do it you're not gonna get your family back by doing all this shit. I don't know, man. It's going at it the wrong way.
That's a good point.
If that's like his main goal, then like it's not gonna work. At least the way he's doing it now. I don't know. Just a little bit of clown behavior to me, a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's funny, sure.
I think that
kind of got
I try to get back down to the kernels of truth, though. Which, like, because I think that really Pete Davidson is. It's not really about him. Like he serves as a metaphor for like the Hollywood liberal.
Oh no!
Whatever world that.
Davidson. It's absolutely about Pete Davidson.
No, but it's like why would you go on all these rants about Disney owns Hulu, Bob, like no one listens to MGK, like going on all this shit. It's about like him feeling like it's the industry against Ye, and this Pete Davidson guy represents like everything. He has a Hillary Clinton tattoo on his body.
That was another fucking one.
SNL's been making fun of Kanye for like 10 years. Like they made fun of his mom dying. It was really bad. This was like 10 years ago.
Right.
So he's long hated SNL.
Wasn't he on SNL after they dissed his mom dying, though? That was like Life of Pablo shit. He was with Vic Mensa and fucking Sia doing Wolves.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Because they showed a brief flash of it in the Jeen-Yuhs documentary. I'm like, oh yeah, he was on SNL.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's trying to say something, but it's just like not coming off clear. It's kind of all fog-brained. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. I think he's just mad at Pete Davidson. Really, that's just me though.
Yeah, but you don't go on a whole thing where you say Disney owns Hulu. Disney wants to influence a wider age group. They assigned Skete to serve in some bigger narrative, but for some reason refused to give me a stylist. I wrote the last part intentionally to be funny. I joke while expressing my side. Yeah, I mean, reading this. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that really, but
like it might not be all about Pete Davidson. Obviously, it's about fucking Billie Eilish and
it's about
Travis Scott and
him feeling
Kid
like
Cudi
it's
and
the whole
shit.
world against him, and that he needs to break out of like the culture being so filled with people like Pete Davidson, MGK.
But I don't hate Pete Davidson either, though. Like I don't hate him, Like,
no, but just
as an idea, like
for like general like going with the flow of culture and
the swaggy white boy thing that you mentioned earlier.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, swaggy white boy. That's a different thing.
But
yeah, I liked it when he got to the point where he was posting pictures of Perez Hilton with his full name and just saying, "Do you think that jokes about mental health are funny?"
That was a funny one.
One of the good ones was, "There are two kinds of people on my team or losers." Yeah, and then the best one was
some like elite
a whole list of people that he was beefing with.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Peppa Pig is in there or some shit.
Apple, Spotify, yeah, Vivendi, Universal, Lucian Grange, TikTok, Black History Month, Obama, the whole cast of SNL, Hillary Clinton, the devil himself, Corey Gamble.
The devil himself.
Bezos, Charlemagne, Disney liberals. Yeah. Wow, being rich is fun. I think that's the solution for this is he has to buy NBC, cancel SNL, go to China.
Wasn't there a thing he was supposed to go to Russia or some shit and like live out there? It was completely fake. Just for the Putin connections.
Anyway, not Trump 2024. Kanye 2024.
Yeah, I mean, I summed up everything I needed to say about that. Josh, do you have any final thoughts?
The only thing is, Kanye is still a billionaire, so still fuck him.
Yeah.
That's basically my morals of eat the rich overturn anything else, really.
God has a plan to remove the godless Corey. He never needed to be here anyway. And I think he's a nice person. So yeah, I don't know who Corey Gamble is, but some guy who's involved with like Kris Jenner. I think there is a lot of shadiness going on in Kanye's world. That is.
Well, yeah, of course.
That is like, you know, treating him unfairly. At the same time, just because he's a billionaire doesn't mean everything he does or says is like wrong or. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's crazy, but that's part of the show.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, like it's rollout before mental health. Like he wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't dropping music. Like I think part of it is definitely contrived, or because at the end of the day, we don't know these people, anyone in the situation,
nobody in this situation actually cares about us. You know what I mean?
So we can't really speak too much on like the facts because we don't have any of them really.
Yeah, I guess we'll see with the album. If there is an album.
Yeah.
He did bring up Mac Miller, which was really fucking.
I wasn't.
Scummy.
Yeah, it was only he didn't really bring him up. I was more pissed that it was just because it was a gossip tabloid of some shit that wasn't even true. Like, yeah, he just didn't need to bring him into it. I wasn't like that pissed about it, but a lot of people were. And speaking, I'm a Mac Miller stan, but like. I was just that was around the time where I was just like, all right, he's just being a clown for the fucking rollout. I'm gonna just let him.
I mean,
let him do it.
Did we figure out if that was true that Pete Davidson was like egging on Mac Miller, saying I stole your girl?
No, that never happened.
How do you know?
I guess I don't actually know that, but like there's people like on the subreddit of Mac Miller that like some of his old producers or whatever they frequent. Like ID
right.
Labs or Q, Clockwork or whatever, and there were some hints that were dropped that wasn't real. It wasn't like flat out said that it didn't happen, but like it's not true, from what we know, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. And like that specific thing that he screenshotted was from a gossip tabloid that is pretty much spewing nonsense all the time. Yeah. So it's safe to say that it's not true. As far as I know, Pete fucked with Mac's music and shit, so I don't know if that means anything, but, you know, who knows.
I just wanted to bring that up because we were bringing up everything else, too.
Yeah.
I like that he at least said, hey, guys, like, don't, like, kill Pete Davidson.
That's the thing.
I think that's what kind of, like, showed, like, okay, this is...
kind of just for jokes
all,
at the end of the day.
You know, it is all a meme.
Because the thing is,
but I also think that if people call him Skete for the rest of his life, that is pretty funny in its own right.
Skete's pretty funny. Yeah, the best thing that came out of this for me was the Avengers poster of everyone. That was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that there isn't a lot of references to Pete on the album, just because that kind of just dates it for me and makes it kind of just like, you know, I don't know. I didn't love it that he did it on Easy. I didn't mind it. It was just a one-off, so I'm like, all right, whatever. And he mentioned SNL on the new song that we could talk about in a bit.
Let's just talk about that right now so we can transition to new music anyway.
Or do we want to do Jeen-Yuhs or do we want to do that at the end?
I mean, it's a good transition. So
what's Jeen-Yuhs?
End it off
the
with
doc.
Jeen-Yuhs.
Oh right, the doc. Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you have anything to say about the doc? Like, I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, I really fucked with it. It was inspiring. It was cool to see him not like humbled because he's always been a little bit arrogant, like his mom even said in the doc. But like it was like to see him kind of like losing was interesting. You never really see that.
I'm interested to see where it goes because obviously it's not over yet.
And I don't know the whole story. Yeah, like I know most of the story, but I don't know the whole thing.
It helps me get an idea because as an outsider, it helps me get a better idea of who he is and why he does what he does, and the kind of person that he is. And like I do appreciate his innovativeness and his pushing of boundaries and doing. And it's that one scene of like him being interviewed and saying like, I don't really care about what anybody else does. I'm not doing something to just bite off what everybody else is doing. I'm doing it because I believe in it, and I'm like, I always respect that, no matter who it is.
Yeah, he spits a lot of facts. In it, and just it's crazy to see how far he's come. Like, little babyface Ye to now, it's nuts.
Yeah, I love how like just how many of you see all the people he came up with from Chicago and how like they all moved to New York together, and like there was a whole scene in Chicago, but it wasn't really respected as much as all the New York rappers.
At that point, there wasn't a lot of rappers.
Like
Like
Common was like the only
that
really known
came out of,
guy.
Yeah.
And then him sort of being put in a box where they just, hey, we just want you for your beats, but like we don't really give a fuck about your own music that you're trying to make, which was very like out of left field compared to like
Dre and like
the
Dr. Dre and
Jay-Z and the other
did all that.
guys that were around at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really I love like the sort of time capsule aspect of it, the early 2000s, the way people dressed.
I loved all the parts with his mom. Was super
really
cool.
wholesome.
Yeah.
You see where his like confidence comes from, like
She's super supportive of his dreams, which is super cool to see. You don't get a lot of in the rap world, so it seems. But seeing his old house and shit, like going through that stuff and like, it was really well done. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to mention. We talked a little bit about before the pod, just about like, where do you think it's going to go? Not in terms of story, but in terms of how much they're going to show. Because I think it's only 3 episodes. They haven't even got to him dropping the album yet. So are they just going to kind of do the early years, or like where do you guys think it's going to go?
I think it'll just be the early years. The lead up to the album, because the album like was delayed, doesn't come out till 2004. And there's the whole car crash thing, and then he records through the wire, like with his jaw wired shut. Yeah, I wonder like what the overall tone of it will be, because they'll probably like have to sum up the last like 15 years of his life from 2012-ish to like present. They'll probably have to sum up that all up really quickly. Yeah,
which is disappointing because I obviously would love just like almost an episode per album type of thing. Like I would love just to see
that would be so long.
I know, but I would watch every episode. Like you know.
It was great to see how like certain songs come together on the college.
How All Falls Down is a little bit different. Like the chorus wasn't sung by was it Alea Johnson or something, the singer?
Yeah, it was like Lauryn Hill eventually, or in the original version, I think.
Right. And how he just had the one verse. I like how it was when he was spitting to Scarface, just the family business, and he's like, "Oh, you got the other 2 verses for that?" And he's like, "No, I just have the 1 verse." I'm like, "Oh man, that's fucking crazy! Like you don't even know where you're about to go with this song." Like, and just similar to the Beatles documentary, how like them coming up with a song almost on the spot, and it's super cool to see in that sense.
You see the creative process.
He takes out his retainer and has it on the
and he's like, "Get that shit off the..."
That's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, a lot of it, I understood what he was saying, but like I didn't realize how much, like, because he had the retainer in for a lot of when he was talking, and I'm like, oh, I can't understand what he's saying. Like at first I was like, did he already get into the accident already? But I'm like, that doesn't work out timeline wise. But yeah, it was the retainer. Obviously one of the bigger things people were talking about was him going into the fucking Rockefeller studio and playing office building and playing All Falls Down, and no one really fucking with it. Or they were like, oh, what was that fucking named daughter Alexis bar or whatever, and then they kind of just disregarded it or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts. Like I'm sure they're all kicking themselves.
Yeah, I was just re-listening to that album the other day, and it's one of the classics. It's got to be at least in the top 3 of anyone's favorite Kanye albums.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, we're talking way too much about fucking Ye.
All right, so let's get into the song.
Anyway, we got to get the stem player.
Well, apparently it's going to be on the website, the STEM website. You don't even need the player
which I'm going to do that probably.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll eventually buy this because I don't have like a speaker, so I might as well get one.
Last minute, in terms of like, do you guys think it's going to drop? Last minute predictions? Yes, no. It's Monday, the 21st, so it's supposed to drop tomorrow.
Yeah, fuck it. It's going to come out.
Like signs are pointing to yes, but it's still such a short amount of time in between albums. I don't know if it's gonna come right away. I don't know. Josh, what do you think?
No.
All right. We got all sides of the spectrum here. Maybe yes, no.
You'll never beat my faith.
I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to.
Okay. I'm glad that you believe it. To be honest.
Someone's got to believe around here.
And somebody's got to be the antithesis of that.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be that guy.
Fair warning though, I don't know if STEM player just works as a speaker though. Might have to look that up. I'm not sure if it.
Yeah,
it might only be a remixing
I have no fucking
thing.
idea.
But it's only $200. It's like not that much money. So if you get one, bring it over and we can play with it.
That was the most clickbaity thing I've seen on Twitter in a long time. Was people saying like, "Oh, Kanye wants you to pay $200 for Donda 2," and like, That's the most clickbaity fucking.
That's something I can really respect about him is him not wanting to put shit on streaming services because like artists aren't getting paid enough and that's obvious. Like him being like fuck that, we're starting a new fucking new way of doing this shit. Like I really respect that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that actually ends up working and starting something, then kudos to Kanye because that would be great.
That'd be great. Yeah.
It's crazy that Kanye like can on the same day where he's saying fuck Disney, fuck Bezos, fuck this, fuck that, and then he has a McDonald's ad on the same day on the Super Bowl.
Was working on the Apple Music fucking deal for the show, or like it's
weird how like you can when you're at that level you can alienate huge parts of corporate America just knowing that the other side will just still give me 100 million or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can pretty much just with the situation in the music industry you can justify any like money-making scheme that involves cutting out Spotify or the major streaming platforms. Like that's why I think NFTs are so big in the music industry too, is because people are so used to getting fucked over that they're looking for any kind of opportunity to like
other than just charge, because I think Kanye charged like $100 on Bandcamp for one of his albums or whatever, and people were pissed about that. But I'm like, man, how else are you supposed to like? And obviously it's gonna get fucking ripped and put on YouTube or whatever, and you can rip that and put it on streaming, so put it on your fucking library or whatever. So it's possible to get the music for free, but it's just giving the artists more opportunity to make money, which I'm here for all the time. So respects.
That's the thing. It's like people like it always used to be like make the album at a loss nowadays. Make the album at a loss and then make up that money in shows.
Yeah, or merch or whatever.
And they can't do that now, so they are
it's
like really scratching at walls.
It's fair.
To get more money now and pay back and like basically make a living at this point. It's rough right there. Right.
But the reason I feel somewhat confident is that City of God sounds like really
it's good.
Well produced and like
pretty fleshed out. Like
the video and everything.
The video's really, really good. I like a lot.
That's why I feel like the album is at least like 75% done.
Way. I think it's definitely coming this year.
It might be delayed for another week or something.
It's coming this year 100%. I don't know if it's going to be called Donda 2. Like a lot of the little things I'm not sure about.
I think the cover will be the cover. Like the burning house thing is.
That would be sick.
I mean,
that'd be a sick cover.
It's better than anything could be better than the cover of Donda 1.
Just black square. But I guess we're probably going to have to listen to Fivio. Is it Fivio or Fivio? Someone explain this to me. I don't really even know. I'm going to say Fivio.
Yeah.
Fivio for an album, all executive produced by Kanye, coming out March 25th, 28th, something like that.
Is it fair to say that Fivio Foreign is essentially just like Pop Smoke?
Yeah, same New York drill sound.
Yeah, it seems to have kind of the same kind of flow.
Yeah. I mean, he says it in the song, like, Pop was the king of New York, I'm the next one up or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but pays homage to him at least. And I think they definitely work together, I think, when he was alive.
He kills his shit. It kind of feels like a new version of Empire State of Mind. Like,
it samples
it
samples that song, I think, part of it.
But also also utilizing Alicia Keys,
whose biggest hit was New York.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like the dark future version of it, where it's about I'm losing my lover to another, so it's like
New York
about his divorce as well.
Yeah, he has obviously references to SNL and like, you better thank me for getting up with my wife or whatever. He definitely has bars that aren't gonna age it very well, or I don't know how you want to perceive it necessarily. But it's still a hard verse.
He had fuck SNL bars on Dark Twisted Fantasy, and those didn't really age.
True. But he has some great bars. He has the whole fucking won't serve 4 years in college, but you'll serve 25 to life. I like that. And the whole I'm gonna go and the whole thing about college. I'm gonna go back to college and drop an album and drop out again. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
he has some bars. A hard verse. If he has to give a hard verse to Fivio for killing Off the Grid, then he delivered. It was pretty hard. Fivio did his thing too. Great song overall. Great music video. I'll listen to the album.
Fivio.
Fivio Foreign, actually. Even though I'm not a big drill guy, I haven't really gotten to the drill sound really. But
you can't deny it's
here to stay. It's it's fire.
Other new music. Let's talk about Snot.
Okay.
Ethereal. This one, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10.
I might give it a little lower than that, but it's still pretty good. Just because some of the songs kind of just do nothing for me, sound the
7.
same. But yeah, there are some hard tracks on there for sure.
Long accused of being an industry plant, and it does kind of have the vibe of an industry plant, a little like album. But I think he has potential to be better.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this shows that
this is a little bit sophomoric or...
Yeah, I think it's his second album full... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but... yeah, there's some great ideas in here. There are some songs that I do really like, but there's some of them that just kind of fall flat, kind of sound samey. I like the kind of hyperpop beats he goes on, but he doesn't... I don't know, some of them I'm not as big of a fan of. Doja probably being the best song on here. Fucking hard as hell. A$AP Rocky kills his verse. Music video is great. Love everything about it, pretty much.
Silly cunt.
Silly cunt? Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing back the C word.
Yeah.
Is this just because,
while impregnating Rihanna? That's a dub.
Yeah.
Calling women cunts and still fucking the baddest bitch in the industry? Not bitch, sorry.
Wow. But we are going to say the C word.
But I'm going to call her cunt. No, I'm joking.
But this is in the British way. That Kanye, or not Kanye, fuck.
A$AP
spends so much time in the UK that he can say silly cunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love his verse. Army boots, army whatever. Army jacket. Man. Fuck. When I listened to it the first... Okay, what?
I saw a tweet that was like, Drake finna drop some corny ass lyrics like, I know our relationship was rocky, but you moved on ASAP.
Yeah. There was a bunch of that shit coming out when
shit.
The pregnancy
that whole meme, Drake meme shit.
Yeah, there was a bunch of that going around.
I thought most of it was kind of corny, but like that one made me laugh. Like, but I'm like, it made me mad that it made me laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I hope the baby's name is Purple Swag.
Yeah, Purple Swag. Whatever his last name is, I don't remember. I like Blue Moon. I like it's a softer kind of acoustic.
That's what I listened to. Like when I first listened to this album, like I really hated it. I was like, this is so
it's TikTok-y.
So mid. But then I started watching Euphoria, and then I started
it clicked. Yeah,
because like the
the
music in that is like adolescent, like trappy kind of emo-ish music as well. And it kind of gets you. It's all vibey and
a lot of this album is vibey.
I could picture it playing in a Euphoria scene, like when they're driving around.
And it's
everything is all blue and pink light, bisexual lighting and
like even like as much as some of these songs some of them don't hit for me. Like the whole thing's a vibe at the very least.
I don't really like the sort of more like plug-in B hyperpop style ones. Although I like the Trippie Redd one, but I don't like Euphoric or...
I don't like Euphoric. I like Benzo.
Fighting Me is pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't really like High IQ. I like parts of High IQ, but it kind of goes on a little long. I don't know.
It's kind of a unique type of song, but like a lot of this is like when I say industry plan, it's because you can really see like the influences of like, oh, this is XXXTentacion light.
Or this is like a hyperpop that like it's.
Or this is like
wearing some of his influences.
Parts of it really sound like Tyler the Creator-ish.
But also, I don't know if it means anything, but I've been seeing Snot type beats since like 2017. Like he's been around.
Yeah. For
a while, he just hasn't got traction now. So I don't know if that is more evidence or less evidence to the whole industry plan thing. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, he's been around. I like one of my other favorite songs is I with Kevin Abstract. Kevin has a great verse on it.
The line about my bitch look like Jhené Aiko.
Yeah, great line. How You Feel with Joey Badass is pretty good. I like Halle Berry with Juicy J.
My problem with like
5 a.m. is good.
It's just like this sort of adolescentness to it is sometimes like really grating, and it just sounds like real stupid, like low.
It's not
IQ stuff.
The highest effort shit in terms of like
and
lyrics.
the how you feel one was like Joey Badass's verse is really hard, but like he starts off with like, how are you supposed to live when you don't even want to live, or like
Yeah,
it's like,
I didn't even
come
think,
on, man, like
yeah, I didn't even think
it's your first time being depressed. Like, is that your first lyric?
I wasn't blown away. I really wanted to like that song more, but it was good to me, but it wasn't that great. Yeah, it talks about some of his mental health on the intro and the outro as well. I like the outro. But yeah, lyrically, it leaves a lot to be desired. Obviously, that's not really what you really go to Snot for, but it sticks out when you listen to a whole album of like, okay, he's saying fucking bitch and shit. He's just calling people bitches and suck my dick shit and fucking your bitch. Like, it just kind of gets tiring after a while. Yeah, that's why I don't,
like the song Benzo is like, I could see really drunk vibing to that or something, but
yeah, like it's not.
It's kind of stupid. Like it's
some of it's kind of ignorant shit, not fully fleshed out.
I like that there's a good enough variety of different types of beats where like this could fit into like a Brockhampton, Emine, Tyler the Creator type playlist.
But then it could also fit into like a Trippie Redd, hyperpop, new age shit.
Yeah,
could be more old school. Like he has a good range of styles that he touches on. He just needs to kind of focus maybe a little bit more on one particular one, or maybe I'm not entirely
or just
sure
like
what the
get
next
better
move is.
Overall.
Yeah.
Just get good.
Yeah, not a bad album by any means, but not the best.
But I was thinking that this is another milestone for the podcast as we're changing as people.
Right before your very eyes.
I'm getting like completely so washed up that I'm now watching like teen dramas that where they have sex and do drugs, trying to relive my fucking glory days, which I never even had.
He's spitting now.
And but here's the thing now, switching it over, you are some kind of Ted Lasso positive comedy fan. You've went soft on me.
I watched one positive show, okay? That's the one.
Explain your new branding exercise.
Look, the depressed wave is over, okay? People don't care about mental illness anymore. I have to stop riding the wave. I'm trying to get on Treehouse, man. That's the move. A Treehouse bag is crazy.
Jason Sudeikis is the only non-mentally ill person in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Ted Lasso. It was pretty good. It won a bunch of awards, man. I'm not the only one.
And here's me just staying the same. Hi, everyone.
No, I'm still depressed.
Okay, all right.
I still have anxiety. It doesn't change shit. I like the show. Yeah, I like the show.
So yeah, next thing, 2 Chainz, Dope Don't Sell Itself. What did you think of that?
Overall thoughts off of first few listens, still not as good as his kind of renaissance of Pretty Girls Like Trap Music and Rapper Go to the League, but better than So Help Me God in most ways. I think.
Has more of like a unique. It has more of a feel to like the specific feel to it than Help Me God. So Help Me God was like so
kind
nothing.
All over the place and just kind of boring. But this is short. It's sweet. It's 35 minutes. Great production.
It's fun.
Pretty good features. Yeah, kind of back to the old more tongue-in-cheek 2 Chainz shit. Some funny bars. Pop Shit's a great song.
I would probably have it around 7 or to 7.5 out of 10 anyway. Like, 2 Chainz doesn't have to with his like punchline style and sort of his old school swag, like he's already sort of cemented himself as a legend.
Yeah, he's kind of just on his victory lap almost of just like doing it just to do it.
And pop music is like the perfect like stripper anthem.
Yeah.
Like and Moneybagg Yo has a great I love him on that track.
How's that shit start? Is like, excuse me, Sonny, can you tell me where the booty is?
Booty? Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that shit.
I feel like Moneybagg, he's kind of like passing the torch to Moneybagg Yo as like the new like funny like southern accent guy who's like trapping but also can like just do kind of silly songs as well.
Because according to 2 Chainz, like this is his last like trap album. So probably in that kind of style, like, because he has songs with more traditional production, or not traditional, but like on a more boom bap type of production. He has songs like that on the past, so I think that's kind of where wants to go next. He works with Static Selecta a lot, and I like a lot of their stuff that they've done, so that would be pretty sick if he were to continue in that kind of area. But if this truly is his last trap album, it's pretty good, and you know, so I'll take it. You know.
Yeah, it's not. The lyrics don't really, you know, don't really go that far.
Well, yeah.
Like the one like thing that's sort of uniform about the project is that there's lots of like odd kind of sounding beats that like
the first
might be kind of annoying,
but
then eventually you kind of come around to it. Like the first track has a very weird like
it's kind of starts and stuff. I thought my headphones were
jittery
fucked up
like
for a second, but it's hard though. I like it.
But I like an album that starts with like something. It's, you know,
something a little weird.
Yeah, kind of like Yeezus, like how the first track starts off like where you're thinking like, wait, is this did I fuck this up or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I like that.
And the one with Babyface Ray, $1 Million Worth
That's
of Game.
a great beat, great song.
That's like the most like piercing flute sample I've ever heard on a song.
If you really actually try to listen to it, it's like annoying, but I think it's hard as hell.
But he's flowing on it. Babyface Ray's great on it.
Yeah, I love the Neighbors Know My Name, the Laffy Taffy sample. Yeah, neighbors know my name. They call me oh fuck oh shit. That's great. Classic 2 Chainz shit. That's like one of the highlights for me.
Throwback to like the early South. Like that's what's I guess unique about it is that there's modern shit, but then they sort of bits of old school style.
Yeah, he always keeps a little bit of the old school 2 Chainz usually in his albums, so I fuck with him for that.
But near the end, it kind of drags. Like I don't really like the song about getting this dick or whatever. No, that was on the Snoop Dogg album. Oh. That was a porn I watched actually.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I like the song with Lil Baby as a hard beat.
Yeah. Outstanding's okay.
Free BG. Really, like the ones where it's just him are stand out.
I don't really like Free BG. It's just, to me, it's a song that he's done before. You know, it's kind of that flow. I kind of like I've heard that 1 million times by 2 Chainz.
Yeah, I mean he does like nursery rhymes like level.
To me,
stuff,
that one and the outro are the ones that don't really hit to me. The one with fucking what's his nuts? If You Want Me To, Jacquees.
I don't like the hit it from the back and I hit it from the side kind of shit.
I don't know, as an outro, it just doesn't work at all.
Shouldn't have a sex song as the outro.
Yeah, and it's just not that strong.
I don't like the Sway Lee one or the Lil Durk.
Lost Kings is a little too heavy-handed. Cayman's I don't mind. 10 Bracelets I like. Vlad TV is great. That's another standout.
That's like that one's a little bit more Griselda type beat.
I think if they ended the album with that one and didn't even include the If You Want Me To.
Yeah, that should have been a bonus.
Yeah.
Because who's really listening to this new 2 Chainz to hear Jacquees?
Yeah, I don't know. But for such a short album, like it's not really a big deal to have like a song at the end that isn't that great.
I also like how that's reaching its point in the culture where so many people, like Vlad TV has existed on YouTube for so long, where people just go and tell complete lies about like crimes that they did.
Yeah.
There's a great like Soulja Boy clip where he's like makes up a whole story about a home invasion where he's just like, and then I killed like 3 guys walked in, pow 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 pow, I shot them all, and Vlad is just sitting there going, keep going.
I'm not a fan of Vlad, but
overall, like the album is not the most like special like.
No, it's
shit in the world.
It's regular old 2 Chainz in a way. It's
Rapper
better
Go
than
to the
his
League is
stuff.
my favorite. Yeah,
Pretty Girls Like Tribe Music is my favorite.
Pretty Girls.
That's the one for me. But yeah, it's pretty solid, decent from 2 Chainz.
You can't hate on it really.
Speaking of Moneybagg Yo, I was impressed with his feature on the Scared Money song too. He had a great flow, some great bars. They all killed it. YG, Cole, Moneybagg. It's a great song. The beat's cool. Cool like West Side type sound. I fuck with it a lot. Video is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's one of those YG type beats. Hard to just kind of like the Big Bank beat.
Yeah, kind of bouncy West Coast trap shit, something like that.
I'm So Lit Sports Center. Gotta post my clips.
It's hard.
When do you think the Rapcast will be on Sports Center?
Only for controversy.
Yeah, only if we become about the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, there you go.
What song were you in the middle of talking about?
Scared Money. I'm trying to think of specific bars, but I'm kind of blanking, even though we just listened to it.
What does that bar even mean? Like, is J. Cole saying... Yeah, because sometimes like they'll post like a Drake thing on SportsCenter for some reason. It's like, well, it's not even a athlete. Why are we posting
it was probably more so the fact that he played played basketball in Africa, and even though he didn't do that great.
J. Cole just keeps rapping about Drake in all his verses.
He's trying to get the Drake feature, I think.
He's in love with Drake.
Yeah, he says fucking something about I got a plane. Just like Drake, some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard song.
I'm like Drake. I want to kiss Drake.
He gave me a watch. He gave me a smooch. He sucked on my cock.
I
gave him the boot.
I made out with his cooch.
Yeah, there you go. Kind of ignorant trap song, but I
like it when J. Cole gets ignorant.
Yeah. Pretty good song.
I don't have any notes left.
All right.
But, what else do we have?
The rest of this shit. New Conway Griselda posse track. New Conway album dropping this Friday. John Woo Flick is the title.
I respect that.
Alex, as the resident Griselda stan,
I'll let you reference.
Let you go.
The song was okay, but didn't really... It's nothing like groundbreaking, really, for...
Yeah, to me, I listened to it
Griselda
as an outsider Griselda fan. I'm like, this sounds like a Griselda track. Didn't really do much for me. I'm still kind of waiting for the... I mean, I have a bunch of Griselda... Not a bunch, but like a few Griselda songs on my phone from each of them, of the main three guys. But like, I still haven't had it really click or push through with me yet that makes me want to listen to a bunch of projects, you know? Like, I haven't fully got it yet, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think Benny has the best verse on it, probably.
Yeah. The best part about the whole thing to me was Conway holding a baby with the fucking gun in the music video. It was fucking hilarious.
That is actually a reference to Hardboiled.
Really?
There's a scene in Hardboiled where he's holding a baby trying to fight off like fucking guys
great.
in a hospital.
I was going to ask you, because I haven't seen any John Woo films, but I was going to ask if there were any actual references. Because the music video seemed kind of just basic, so I was going to ask if there were any specific references, but there's one right there. But yeah, we'll look out for the Conway shit.
Conway actually dropped like a Dat Piff mixtape, which is all him rapping over like he raps over the jail beat and like
sick. I fuck with that.
Devil in a New Dress beat.
Kind of like a dedication type.
A bunch of the new
shit.
Drake beats and
nice.
Kind of like that. And this is just to hype people up for the new album that's supposed to be dropping.
Fuck with that. Yeah, I like that.
Like
idea.
A week from now.
Yeah, people should. I mean, rap is so collaborative, but you don't often get like covers of not covers necessarily, but like remixes. Really, like you don't really get that as often. Rappers going.
Lil Wayne's like the only guy who really used to do that.
Made a career out of it, pretty much. That's cool.
Pusha T, Diet Coke.
What can you say? Oh. Today's price is not yesterday's price, or whatever he says. Do you actually want it? I don't know if I
is not
want
today.
Diet Coke.
I do not like
I'm just gonna,
Diet Coke.
I'm gonna put them out front here then. But there you go.
The video is the whole thing is a homage to a Puff and Biggie video.
Okay, just like the white background shit.
Yeah, and like them wearing the leather outfits.
Yeah, I love Kanye just dancing in the video. It was great. The song is hard as fuck.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed when we were watching the documentary. It was like that 88 Keys shows up in a random part, and then to think that Pusha T is still rapping on a thing that's
I think that specific beat on Diet Coke is like a 15-year-old beat. Like it's from around that. It's like an old-ass beat.
Yeah, it does sound like an old-ass beat.
Yeah, but it's still hard, and it still sounds like modern, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pusha season, we're fucking in it, man. Jay-Z is going to be on the album, he said today.
I like how Pusha T is like still rapping like exactly the same as he always has, like the
there's
same
some
type of
artists
flow.
that I think we may have had this maybe as a whole segment on the podcast before, but there's some artists that I don't need to really change or evolve that much. Pusha T is one of them. Like I don't. Yeah. He's perfect at what he does. He doesn't have to do anything experimental for me to.
I don't need him to like rap really fast and be like.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
He's better like doing slow, non like rapidy raps, but just like.
I mean,
only I can have the snow fight.
Yeah, and his voice is just lends itself so perfectly to the fucking to what he raps about and shit, and just overall, like, it's a great voice, so it's...
There's some Pusha
Makes
T
sense,
song where
man.
he just says, swordfish!
Yeah.
And, like, just puts so much fucking...
Oomph in the voice there.
So much chutzpah into that. Yeah, I'm really excited for new Pusha T album.
He said it's entirely produced by Kanye and Neptunes pretty much, so looking forward to that, man. Hopefully coming sooner rather than later. Push. Yuck. Did you listen to the Dr. Dre little EP? It was for that
GTA one
5.
I only listened to like a few times, but
I didn't listen to all the tracks. I listened to a few of them, but I like what I heard a lot. ETA is maybe my song of the year so far, with Snoop Dogg and Anderson .Paak and everyone and Busta Rhymes, everyone trading bars. That one I heard on the radio a few times before it even hit streaming, so I don't know what happened with that, but
yeah,
that one's a standout to me. I like the Scenic Route as well.
Yeah, the
Diamond Mine is
Anderson
good.
.Paak one.
Yeah. Diamond Mine with Nipsey is pretty good too, but I didn't listen to the rest of it, honestly, but those are the 3 that I heard and the 3 that I liked, so.
Yeah, like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are both putting out new shit that is like...
Mm-hmm. And Mary J. Blige dropped too.
It's, very, high quality, polished, like, good production.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that with the Snoop Dogg project. That's the one I listened to a little bit more than the Dr. Dre one.
I listened to the new Snoop Dogg once all the way through, and I've heard a few of the songs on there a few more times. Okay, we have to talk about Crip Your Enthusiasm, because come on, man. Like, first of all, how has no one done a sample before? Maybe they've done a sample before. How has no one semi-popular done a sample of Crip Your Enthusiasm before? It goes hard as fuck. It's hilarious. It's
I'm pretty
it's
sure
a treat.
he only really has like one Curb Your Enthusiasm
bar.
reference.
The whole it's something about Leon by my side or some shit.
Yeah.
I doubt he watches
great.
the show, honestly. But it's so fucking funny, man. It's such a cool song, I guess.
I really like the song with the game on it.
Which one was
called
that?
Jersey in the Rafters.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know all the specific song. I like Sandwich Bag a lot. I like the first 2 tracks.
The song Daddy is kind of interesting.
Daddy, that's the one I don't have.
It sounds like some weird
I don't like that one.
fucking BDSM type beat at first.
Yeah. I was trying to vibe with it, but
Snoop
it just
Dogg
got
kind
too...
of flows with it though. Like
he does his thing, but it's just too much of a. I don't know. I get too creeped out by it. Not creeped out, but like I don't know. Just
Daddy.
Also, apparently, because like a few days before the album dropped, he had a sexual assault case or whatever thrown on him or some shit. So it's like, I don't know.
The idea of Snoop Dogg having sex has never sat well with me.
It's because he's super tall. I also don't really like Pop with DaBaby. I don't really like Get This Dick either.
There's some good, like, just really like groovy kind of.
West Coast, the G-Funk shit. It's a little bit of a mixed bag for me, but it's still probably on, in terms of the Snoop Dogg albums that I've heard, it's maybe not up there, but it's like pretty good. I think it's better than the one we listened to last year, the Def Jam one, because that was more so just a accumulation of a bunch of the other artists and shit.
I never really listened to that one all the way through.
I will say, what's that fucking the Subwoofer? Was it a Subwoofer song? What was that shit called?
Yeah, Subwoofer.
That one's better song than probably most of the songs on here. But other than that, this album's pretty. Yeah, I give it maybe a 6, maybe. Oh, love this! I love this song. Love the beat.
I was trying to figure out what this is. It's Daniel Caesar.
Oh, cool.
A sample of that.
Oh, nice. What song was that called?
We Don't Gotta Worry No More with Wiz Khalifa.
That one's one of the highlights for me.
Underrated. Like, I wasn't expecting to like it so much, but
yeah, it's pretty solid.
You can just kind of throw it on.
Yeah, there's some duds on there, but there's some.
One thing I wanted to hate on really quickly though, just to get some quick hate off. Big Sean put out a song with someone named Queen Naija called "Hate Our Love."
I didn't hear it.
Listen to this flow.
Okay. Hey, whoa.
I can't lie, I wanted you the first time that I saw you. Tried to diss me till you realize I'm someone you could talk to. You've been hurt over and over. Tell me, what has it taught you? Soon as you fell for me, though, I had caught
Yeah, no, it's that exact flow that he's done like 1,000 times.
I don't know.
He's
like
getting
Detroit 2 was great,
he's
but
getting
like
too earthy.
A little too arrogant.
He needs to put
or...
some shoes on.
Tell Big Sean to put shoes on.
Go outside in the
It's
cold,
crazy.
the bitter cold.
Tell him Big Sean to touch grass right now, bro.
No, he's touching too much grass.
Oh,
He needs to go inside now.
Damn.
He needs to touch some snow.
And that's it, I think, right, folks? Vince Staples, but like, let's just talk about that later.
It's hard. It's a vibe. It's a bop.
And Silk Sonic is putting out covers
For a Valentine's Day song, it's pretty much the same kind of 70s soul shit. It's good though.
Yeah, I ate it right up.
Yeah. I guess that also confirms that they're not completely done yet. Maybe still trying to push that.
Pushing that narrative.
Yes, sir. And Vic Mensa EP dropped on Valentine's Day. Kind of mid, actually. He's been pretty good the last two projects, but this one's kind of
Love album.
Yeah, a little ode to his girl or some shit. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the best. Not very well mixed, so I couldn't really get
Apparently,
it.
Don't you hate it when people are in love?
Gagging.
I got ice for Valentine's Day, so I'm chilling. Cool.
I listened to XXX Tentacion on Valentine's Day.
It was one of those ones for you? Damn. Yeah. Going through it.
No, but I randomly listened to the Question Mark album and then learned later on that one like surpassed
it's
Drake for the number one. I was like,
hip hop album of all time, which is like
it's not even that good.
No. There's like 6 good songs. The rest of it's kind of mid, or just bad.
But the thing is, like, I do see how XXX Tentacion birthed a lot of these other guys, and like everyone that's basically just doing emo singing over guitar beats.
And it's crazy
kind of biting his style.
Oh, for sure. And it's crazy just to really think, like, sure, there's a lot of copycats of X, Juice, and like Peep, but like if they didn't pass, like they would probably be the 3 up there in terms of the most popular artists. In terms of like right now, they would be
nowadays
huge.
With TikTok going on.
Like sometimes some artists pass, and it's like they got more popular because they passed. But like they would have, I think the 3 of them, maybe not Little Peep as much. I'm not too familiar with him, but I think at least X and Juice they were on their way fucking crazy up. So the potential was nuts for them, and Pop Smoke too for a lot of people. But I never really got into Pop Smoke shit.
How long do you think this emo trap wave will last anyway?
I don't know, man.
Because like I'm already seeing on TikTok, I'm hearing that the people are already starting to turn on emo, and like because MGK put out a song called "The Emo Girl" with the Willow Smith that was like hated by all these people that liked songs that were just as bad.
Yeah, back in the day.
So
it's
this whole emo thing might be all over before it even got started.
It's weird because like people call MGK corny, which he obviously is, for writing about this kind of high school level shit when he's 30. But Blink-182 did the same thing. Green Day is still doing it. Like a lot of people, like he's not the first to do it, you know?
I mean, 90% of culture is just like childish shit. Like,
yeah, Euphoria, right there.
Yeah.
But
eventually you have to just...
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably... It's around the peak. I don't know if it's fully peaked or if it's on the decline a little bit, but it's around there. Like, in terms of popularity, like, it's like that pop punk shit is, like, up there now. Like, Doja Cat did a pop punk cover. That was the one other thing that we didn't talk about. Of like it was a Courtney Love's band Hole.
Yeah. Oh.
It was a cover of that song. She did pretty good. I like the song. But people try. Yeah, it's.
Avril Lavigne put out a song with Black Bear.
I don't know how to react to that, but
you were in the middle of something really important.
No,
guys, stop! I need a big announcement. Avril Lavigne.
The song is called "Love It When You Hate Me."
Oh, fuck right off with that one.
Yeah.
It's Love Me or Love the Way You Lie type beat.
Yeah. Also, Currency and Alchemist put out an album.
Did you listen to it?
I'm just in the beginning stages of thinking about listening to it.
I haven't give Currency much time of the day. I know he's good, probably. Like, yeah, he has a bunch of Alchemist projects, and it's like stoner music, and it's like it's supposed to be pretty good. But there's also a huge catalog, so I don't know if I have the time right now to really.
Well, you don't have to listen to every single album just to
Obviously.
get into a guy, but yeah.
But But if I end up really liking them, and then I want to do that, and then I lose my job because all I'm doing is smoking and listening to Currency. So,
well, you have to. You just can't rush into these relationships.
Don't tell me what to do.
I've got nothing to prove.
Oh shit! And we've got nothing
left to say. The podcast is over.
Rapcast
forever.
episode 31 might be on Spotify. I'll try to get that done this week. Maybe this time I'll get around to it.
Hopefully Kanye will have dropped by the time.
If Kanye drops, that's the next episode. Simple as that. So.
Yeah, or we'll talk about Lil Durk's album instead.
No.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Or the backyard, we're doing stupid characters and bits, laughing hard. Got in trouble trying to show you guys Jurassic Park, but always had AFE on Fridays after dark. Some might say that shitty art lit the spark, make some funny vids, maybe spit some bars. Since way back when, 2010, never gave a fuck. Even if we suck, just know we never given up, and it's us.